have we turned into Phillip Schofield and Holly Willoughby?
At least I'm not going to snort like Holly. Okay, breathe. Back in the room. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Cheers.
God.
How many takes have we had so far?
Oh, God, I'm exhausted. We haven't even started yet.
Oh,
We have. Welcome to episode whatever.
36. 36.
Of Two Bottles In. If you missed last week's episode, do you remember when we said, yeah, we're going to be doing these regularly now because we need to keep you guys company during COVID.
Yeah, do you remember that?
And when was the last episode? April! It's now September. We are awfully sorry for the delay, but you know.
Yeah, soz babes. Yeah, we tried, but we failed.
Life gets in the way. You've got a kid to raise. I've got shopping to do.
You do. You really do.
God, some shopping. So anyway, we are back. And yeah. What's going on, Vix? Well, let's start off first because that's the whole point of the podcast. What are you drinking?
Oh, babes. Well, tonight, very special. Drinking a Taste the Difference. Oh, I've just seen what they've done there. That's very clever. They've got a little logo, Taste the Difference logo. From Sainsbury's. Pinot Grigio Blush. Lush. And yeah, it's lovely. Vigneti delle Dolomiti.
Oh, that's your actual Italian.
Yeah, thank you. And it was, I think it was $7.99 from Sainsbury's. It's really nice. It's really fruity. I may have put a grape in it, just so it was a bit special. But yeah, really nice actually. I've really enjoyed drinking it because I am on my third glass now. Which I think shows. Anyway, Pip, what are you on? What are you drinking? What's going on?
Well, I am working my way through the last quarter of a bottle of wine that was in the wine cooler. But it was the last of the bottle, so unless you want me to go foraging through a bin, I've got no idea what I'm drinking. But the bottle I've got lined up for the rest of the episode, it's Wolf Blass. It's Wolf Blass.
Oh, a classic newsagent.
It's a 2020, very good year. For nobody. It's a Chardonnay Sauvignon. It's a Chardonnay Sauvignon.
Oh, a buttery one then. Buttery gnocchi.
So that's what I'm on. It was that or vodka and coke, and I thought,
I think you did VOD last time, so
it's only Wednesday. Let's not VOD it up.
Yeah, the extreme for Wednesday.
So what have you been up to for the last 5 months?
Oh, God. Can't even remember. I can't remember what I did yesterday. So, this will be good. Yeah, not really much. The only, I suppose, big thing is that my little... Well, I was going to call her a sassy pants, but that's probably too mild a word.
I don't know. It's a good drag name.
Yeah. So Sophia is going to nursery, and it's been...
Can you imagine?
I know. It's been a massive dilemma, because nurseries are just the hardest thing in the world. Why didn't anybody warn me? It's ridiculous. Can't believe the whole process, and the whole thing is just ridiculous. So anyway, over with. She's found a nursery. She loves it. I love them. They're wicked. And yeah, so that's sort of the big thing. But yeah, apart from that, cracking on with work, cracking on with life, you know, usual. Nothing much really. It's kind of like, it's weird now that we're kind of out of lockdown, because I should be sort of doing more, but I haven't. I don't know about you.
No, I mean, I'm back out there. You know, I'm back out there.
You're socialising.
Mixing with the peeps, you know, because, you know, it is my job. It's my job. I have to do these things. They pay me to do it. But yeah, back out of there really. Had a little holiday, went to Guernsey.
You did? That was amazing.
Clank.
Lush.
It was a lovely holiday. Yeah, a bit of a staycation with a flight.
Which is kind of nice, right? Because you kind of feel like you're going abroad.
That poor stewardess. God. Hot meal and 2 glasses of champagne in 40 minutes. She was rushed off her feet, but I said, honey, step it.
And have you ever been to Guernsey before?
No, neither of us had. We were supposed to be going to California, but hey, who knows California when you've got the Guerns.
But what do you think? What's your opinion?
Guernsey's beautiful. It's tiny, so you can get anywhere very quickly. VAT free shopping.
Oh, really?
So amazing for clothes, and no face masks anywhere.
Really? Was everybody respectful?
Cases are so low that they've not been wearing masks for months. So
okay, so there's no need to be respectful either.
No, it's not a thing.
Right.
Like public transport anywhere, no face mask. It was so nice to, not that I'm like, anti-COVID, blah blah blah, but it was just nice to feel normal, and we took our masks off when we got off the plane, and we didn't put our masks on until we were boarding the plane to fly home. So it was just really nice to just, smile at people. Although I have been mouthing fuck off to people behind my mask for many months, so I don't know if that's going to stop anytime soon. But it was just a lovely break. And and apart from that, work, and trying to. I have got quite a good bright and tan at the moment, so
you do.
Trying to work on that before that time of year hits.
Before we go into
very soon. So.
Although I have to say, I do love autumn. I mean, it is my season because obviously I am a huge fan of a certain holiday or celebration that happens in autumn, and it's just
would that be the Halloween?
Oh, girl, you have just made up the best name ever. That has to be my drag name. Oh,
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
Well, that's the name of the party. Sorted.
Boom.
But yeah, because we have Halloween, and then we have Pippi's birthday, and then we have Sophia's birthday, and then we have. Christmas.
Well, then exactly. So we have to. It's a bit of a process, you see, because you've got the lead up to Halloween. So it happens gradually in this house. We get out the cushions. Well, I say me, and it kind of leads Lawrence into this sort of false sense of security. So I just bring out the odd cushion, pop them around, and then we build up slowly till we get to the full blown decor. And then after.
She's like, "What?" So Lawrence is like, "What are you doing with that coffin?" Where did you get a coffin? Who's in the coffin? Why is it covered in dirt? Why are those police chasing you?
Stop giving away all my
secrets!
secrets!
Door.
Oh, well, girl, with all the real crime we watch, there could be a real
no, there's some like cases on the news at the moment, and it's awful to say, but I am gagging for the documentaries.
But none of them are releasing any info. This is what's so crazy, and you just, like you say, you're waiting for the docos on them once it's all kind of put to bed, because there's no information about why or who or how or anything. It's just that this has happened and they've arrested someone.
Crime and Investigation will have all the answers with a very annoying voiceover.
Oh yes. And you have to wait ages because they repeat the same things over and over until they finally get to the answer. So, but
we are in that time of year. I mean, I always class it as when Strictly Come Dancing starts.
Right.
That is the end of summer and the countdown to the C word that I'm not going to say just yet because it's still quite a way away. But
No, we can't say it until we've had Halloween, until we've had your birthday and Sophia's birthday. I think after Sophia's birthday, we're then allowed to kind of start talking about it. So it's good because it means that we've got like a good lead in. So we have Halloween, then I can take those decorations down, then I can put up Sophia's decorations, and then I can take them down, and then I can start bringing out I'm not going to say the word, the festive cushions.
Oh my god, it's all about the cushions for the holidays.
Oh, I know. I like a festive cushion. Anyway,
exactly.
let's
sit
carry
on
on.
it. That's not a holiday. That's my motto.
Oh my god. Anyway, right, let's get on. So, so we've decided that this episode is going to be a bit different, isn't it? Because we've kind of come up with a new idea. Well, I say we. Pip.
Me.
Pip.
Well, no, we were just saying before the podcast that, like, we both met up with people during this crazy time that we're all going through, and once you've talked about what you've binge watched and work, there's not that much going on, is there really? Because we're all waiting for things to get back to normal and to go out and go hog wild. But it's not that time yet, unless you're, 20 years younger than we are. So we thought, why not do some themed episodes where we talk about things that we like, and we could have different themes. So we thought we'd talk about, on this episode, films. Everybody loves a good film.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone can rant about a bad film. So we thought we'd do something around that, and then maybe in the future we'd do one about music or books, and then he will get bored of that, and then we'll go back to talking about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Don't hit that unsubscribe button yet, though. Give us a chance.
No,
we'll do this.
Still be talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. We're not done. RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3 starts tomorrow night.
Yes, it does. Yes. We just checked that, actually, because, you thought it was tonight, didn't you? But yes, it's tomorrow night.
I was wrong. I'm getting confused. Strictly Bake Off.
Oh, there's
Drag
so
Race.
many. There's so many.
Much to think about.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see that lineup. Neither of us are really that familiar with any of the girls, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
But that's probably because I'm 44 years old and not a Instagram queen.
No, I don't know, because I think, like you said, I think these are all Insta queens, aren't they? And they're not really sort of traditional sort of drag that we are familiar with. So maybe that's where it is an age thing, like you say. But I wouldn't say it's
definitely an age thing. But, I look forward to seeing them controlling a crowd at the Vauxhall Tavern on a Sunday afternoon very soon.
Oh, God, yeah.
Where they will be eaten alive. But anyway, that's just me. That's just my opinion. It's not the opinion of Two Bottles in Podcast. It's just my opinion. Okay.
Fine. That's okay.
So we thought we'd talk about films.
Just stuff that interests people, things that everybody likes, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone likes to talk about films, especially now that things are going back to normal, the cinemas are opening. As we've talked about on this podcast before, I used to go to the cinema 3 or 4 times a week. I have just booked, me and Warren are going in 2 weeks' time to the cinema to see James Bond, because you have to see James Bond at the cinema. You can't watch it anywhere else. So we're going to see the new James Bond film, which has had some scripts written by the amazing, wonderful Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Yeah, very excited. The trailer looks amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's all about films.
I might agree with you there, just because of Phoebe. Because actually, I don't know if you know this, but I have never seen a James Bond in the cinema.
What?
I know.
What?
I know.
What? What?
It's okay. I thought
Have you ever seen a James Bond film?
I have. I've seen the back catalogue. I actually did that with an ex of mine over the space of like 6 months, we watched James Bond every
But then
weekend.
your TV screens are always quite huge, so maybe it was a bit like watching the cinema.
Oh yes,
And you
anything
always
smaller
have,
than a
like,
55
Dolby
inch.
surround sound and like...
Yeah.
It's probably better than the cinema. Who knows?
I don't know about that. But yes, no, so I have seen all the films, but yeah, no, maybe, yeah. I don't know, I'm just a bit of a northerner about cinemas. Cinemas to me are a bit irritating because you pay an arm and a leg and it's all just a bit too expensive. Like, you know, when you want to go and like see a film and you have to spend an arm and a leg on a ticket and then you're hungry, so obviously you want some popcorn because obviously you're not going to get better popcorn than at a cinema, so you're going to get some popcorn.
True.
And then you definitely want a drink because all that popcorn, you need a drink. And then
and you need to go to a cinema that has a bar.
Oh,
Because you need
yeah.
a drink. I'm not going to have some Fanta.
Oh, have you been to those cinemas? What are they called? The ones in London?
Is it
They're
the
a-
electric?
No,
where
the...
it's all like table service. And
Oh, is it that one?
fabulous.
Yeah, I thought there was a brand, but yeah, that's the one where you can all get table service and you can get like your wine. You've got a cooler in the side of the sofa, and they encourage you to take your shoes
the one
off.
we're going to is quite nice. Like we're sat on like it's like a couple's seat.
Yes.
And there's definitely a bar. It's near where we live. It's called the Duke of York's in Brighton. It is one. I think it is Britain's oldest cinema.
No
And
way.
it's like
Check you.
maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk away.
Oh, you're
Very
so in the
handy.
hubbub. You're in the middle.
I know, right?
So relevant. So okay, so yes, so basically we thought we'd talk about films and what we like and what our thoughts are, and see if you guys think the same, and if you've got any other thoughts or differing opinions to let us know.
Or film recommendations.
Yes, defo.
Because
absolutely.
we've watched everything.
Oh,
But I
I know.
think we've probably both got like a list. I know that you're building up a list of like TV shows to binge.
Oh my god, so much.
So,
but that can be another
but
episode. That can be another
Keep the
conversation.
suggestions coming in.
Yeah.
Unless it's something starring Julia Roberts, in which case I've seen it.
Oh my god. So, quick question though before we start this. So, Pip, I gave you access to Disney Plus a couple of weeks
You
ago.
did.
Let's have a quick summary. Go on, go.
I've
What do
been
you
watching
think?
The Golden Girls.
Oh my god. Come on. Please tell me you've had a little route round it. It's amazing.
I've had a route round. There's loads of stuff I want to watch.
Oh my god, so much.
I've watched The Golden Girls.
Well
I
done.
have all of The Golden Girls on DVD, but it's nice
easy.
to just be able to just go... And I know every single episode word for word, so it's nice just to be like, ooh, I need to watch that episode in Series 6 where Dorothy says, oh, there it is. And
That's
it.
good, right?
That's it.
Disney Plus is one of those underrated
No,
things I think a
and
lot of people don't
sometimes
realise.
You just want to watch a Disney film as a 44-year-old gay man. You just like, I need to see cats and mice dancing and singing. I just
Well,
want to
it's
see it.
true. It's very true. But I think there's so many amazing things on there. Like, they've got all the X-Men films, they've got Star Wars, they've got all the Marvel
Yes.
collection, but they've got amazing documentaries as well. There is
Lots
some
of good documentaries.
incredible things on there. Fascinating documentaries. Really good, like, series and sort of specials and one-offs and things. And then they've got loads of really good sort of like archive and sort of stuff from the, the past. Well, past, that sounds really kind of...
The past.
But do you know what I mean? Like, they've got
Last week. They've got last week's episodes of Neighbours. It's amazing. All this historical information.
And they've got loads of things, like the Golden Girls. They've got really good, and they've got
Yes.
a great back
I mean,
catalogue.
anywhere that has the Golden Girls is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
So,
a friend.
opinion is, get it. I think everybody doesn't realise how good it is. Everybody thinks it's just Disney films. It isn't. It's way more. There's some amazing LGBT stuff on there. There's some amazing documentaries on Pride and the history of Pride. There's a trans documentary on there. There's stuff about
Yes.
gay people that work for Disney. There's all sorts of stuff. I think it's
So people that work for Disney then. Because isn't everyone that works for Disney gay? Is that on the application? Maybe it doesn't need to be on the application. Just like,
yeah.
oh, you're a guy. You want to work for Disney? Okay. And
Yeah,
how
it's
do you
part
wife
of
and
the
children feel
screening
about that?
Yeah. You have to. Yeah, you have to say your favourite Golden Girls quote, and then you're in. That's the way to do it.
Exactly, that's it.
So-
Name the 4 Golden Girls and the actresses who played them. That is wrong.
Get
the
out.
door.
So yeah. Anyway, so right, okay. So big tick for Disney Plus. Just thought I could put it out there because I think it's great. So okay, let's jump in. So I'm going to try and start this because I think, Philip, you are a film buff.
Aficionado.
Okay,
Some
what
might
do you
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
No.
So I'm going to ask you some questions,
Yes,
right?
and I'm hoping that this provokes your thoughts and you'll be able to say stuff as well.
Well, I can say stuff. I've had a glass of wine, so I mean, you know, what can go wrong there?
Relevant stuff.
Relevant. Okay, well, that might be a bit tricky. Okay, right. So, Pip, let's start easy. What's your favourite film?
My favourite film ever. I mean, there's quite a few that, there's not one. I mean, there is one, but there's loads that I have
There isn't one, but there is one.
No, but,
Put a pin in the sand, woman.
There's so many films that you adore, and so many films that you've watched so many times, and they never get boring. Mm-hmm. You can quote every line. But my favourite film of all time is The Colour Purple.
Good. Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's meaningful.
Well, I watched it. I think I watched it when I was really young.
Right.
I think I was either off school, sick, or something, and it was on during the day, because it's not... I think maybe it's a 12 or a 15 or something like that. But, yeah, I just watched it, and growing up as a white boy in a white town, and it really was a white town, I'd not seen that kind of story before, I'd not seen that kind of film before, I'd not seen a film where all of the characters were black, and it was just like, ugh, and it was so brilliantly done and acted and epic, and I just loved it. And then as soon as I was old enough to kind of get it on DVD, I bought it on DVD, and yeah, I probably watch it at least once a year, just as a kind of sit down, let's watch The Colour Purple, because it's got Whoopi Goldberg, it's got Danny Glover, it's got the Queen that is Oprah Winfrey, directed by Steven Spielberg, amazing story, it makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you very angry. It's just a great film.
So why do you think at such a young age it resonated with you? What was the emotional sort of trigger there?
I think it was just, not knowing the stories, not knowing the history, not knowing that these lives had happened, because nobody had ever told me that these lives had happened, or not probably even knowing much about racism, because we don't learn about black history in schools, we don't know anything. And also just loving the performances. It's a very female, powerful film. The book was written by Iris Walker. Strong female characters, which gay men, I'm making a sweeping statement, but gay men tend to lean towards strong female characters. And I think gay men also lean towards marginalised people that are downtrodden, people that have faced prejudice and discrimination. And so, yeah, I just loved it. But it's I'm making it sound really sad and tragic. It's a very triumphant film as things go on, and there are certain moments of female strength that you can quote instantly and just be like, yes.
Yeah, it's a very empowering film, isn't it? Like you're saying, triumphant's a really strong word. It's very
and it was it was Whoopi Goldberg's first ever film. She'd been a stand-up and a character comic before that, and then all of a sudden she turns up in this epic Steven Spielberg directed picture and nails it, and then she goes back to comedy afterwards. She doesn't do any serious roles for years and years and years, but she does this one role where she's a victim of domestic violence, the worst kind of domestic violence and sexual violence, and she overcomes it, and it's you just watch it and it's it shouldn't be a feel-good film, but it really is a feel-good film. So,
no, but I can understand what you're saying, because the whole premise of the film obviously is about challenge and how to overcome, and like you say, sort of the triumphant sort of side of it. It's a really, really powerful, poignant film, and I think sort of what you're saying about resonating with it at such a young age is probably because you felt some of what they were going through and some of the feelings that they were having, and the way they sort of fought back with things that you aspired to do. You wanted to fight back. I know we've talked about it before, that you had a tough time at school with bullying and things, and I can understand how that really resonated with you. It is a very, very inspiring film, and a very amazing film to have as your favourite film of all time. It's really kind of...
Oh yeah, I definitely don't think I'm the only one. It's a classic, and it deserves more praise than it gets. It was nominated for like 14 Oscars and didn't win any of them.
Really? I don't know how.
Yeah,
oh, that's so sad.
No, anyone would think the Academy was institutionally racist, but I'm sure that's not it. Anyway, that's my opinion, not the opinion of Two Bottles in Podcasts.
Or any of our sponsors.
Yeah. Yes, so not Shoe Zone, not Asda, not My Little Pony. Yeah, okay. So yeah, favourite film. What would your favourite film be? To throw it back in your face.
Yeah, so this is you've just come up with like this epic film.
And yours is going to be Weekend at Bernie's.
No, I'm not Rachel. No, my film's obscure. It's really obscure. It's from 1943, and it's a musical, and it's it's called Hello Frisco Hello. And some people that might be listening to this who are big musical fans from the 1940s might know it. It's with Alice Faye, who is amazing. And I have a very, very strong emotional attachment to this film through my mum and my grandma. So when I was younger, it's hard to believe, but I was younger once upon a time. And I didn't grow up with cartoons. I grew up with musicals. So when I was under 12, like when everybody's watching like, kids TV, my mum and my grandma would put on these musicals. So I was seeing like Ginger Rogers, Fred Astaire, Judy Garland.
Oh my God, that explains everything.
There you go.
So you were gay before any of your friends
before I even knew it. I really didn't realise. And
you were just like, well, some gay men show up, so I'm not doing these dance routines on my fucking own.
Oh my God, the dance routines were
and then
epic.
you got to like 19, you were like, oh, there you are, finally. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, go.
So it's really funny you say that. My dear Auntie Joyce, who you know very well, and lots of my friends do because she's epic. She said to me once a couple of years ago, and she just goes, "Do you know what? I always knew you were going to be a friend of Dorothy." And I was like, "I think you've got that wrong, Auntie Joyce. I'm not a friend of Dorothy. I'm a friend of a friend. Do you get it? Your friend of a friend? Yeah." And she was like, "No, but you really liked Wizard of Oz." And I was I was like, "Oh, Auntie Joyce." Anyway, it was just, I don't, sorry. One of those things. Again, wine. Anyway, So yes, this film, amazing. It was. It's basically set in San Francisco back in the times of the whole sort of cabaret thing. You know, when they're on the docks, and it's all about the different cabarets, and it's it's a wonderful film with loads of great songs in it, and I'm assuming that nobody's seen this, so I'm just kind of like not wanting to give the game away.
I'm a gay man, and I mean, I'm not a huge musicals fan, but I can't say I've ever heard of it.
So this is the thing. Lots of people haven't heard of it, but there's lots of famous songs in it that people will have heard of. So it's one of those. But it's amazing, and I just love the characters. And any time I feel very, very sad or very low, and obviously through, you know, like I've said before on the pod, I've had lots of depression bouts and, you know, sort of significant moments in my life where it's been quite dark, and this film's got me through it. It's just a film about hope and joy and how you can aim to be one thing, but actually when you realise who you truly are, that's where you feel safest and most comfortable and most confident. And it really brought me through a lot of dark times, and it brings me back to times when, you know, I was sat curled up with my grandma watching it, and, you know, it was just a safe space for me. It's an absolutely amazing movie to me. Be interesting to hear what everybody else thinks of it when they do watch it, but to me I think it's a lovely film.
That both of our favourite films have that same kind of
vibe.
Message and vibe.
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
So yes, that was my favourite film, and yeah, I encourage you all to check it out and let me know what you think. It is very difficult to find, so if you don't have a copy, let me know. I can probably not send you one, because we don't transfer illegally. We want everybody to purchase their films, you know, properly through the right channels.
Disclaimer. Jesus Christ, don't break any laws.
Anyway, so let's move on. Okay, so that was our two favourite films. So a film, Pip, I want to know that a film that everybody loves that you hate, is there one that you hate that everybody in the world thinks is the best film ever?
Oh, God. This is really controversial.
Oh, my God, am I going to put the phone down?
I don't know if it's... I found this really hard because it's not so much that I don't like... There's certain films that I should have seen that I haven't seen, and I don't have any desire to see them. And I think it's maybe part of... If everybody loves something, then I immediately don't want to buy into the hype. Really
oh my God, I'm so desperate to know. Go on.
But it's films that everyone's seen I haven't seen or haven't sat through the whole of. So I guess the main example would be The Wizard of Oz. You okay?
Phillip? Rag.
I haven't.
But you've seen Wicked.
I've seen Wicked.
So you kind of know what's going on.
I know the story of The Wizard of Oz. I'm not, like, you know...
Straight.
I'm not a crazy person. I mean, it's not that hard to follow. It's not like Citizen Kane.
Okay.
Which everybody says they like, and they're all liars. But also films like... the first time I saw The Sound of Music was probably about 10 years ago, and that's because I was dragged to a sing-along Sound of Music. The first time I saw E.T. was probably 2 or 3 years ago. The first time I saw Grease was probably less than 2 years ago. I just haven't seen a lot of the films that people go, oh my God, I can't believe you've not seen that. I'm like, well, I was probably watching The Golden Girls. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. So there's a theme to your films that everybody loves that you hate. They all tend to surround music. It sounds this way.
I have a thing with... I don't mind... I love a good musical. But
as in the theatre?
In a theatre, unless they are singing things that don't need to be sung.
Oh, so if someone's talking and then
It's almost a good
suddenly
old
bursts into
chat.
song.
But if they go like, oh my god, I'm going to sit in a chair. Like, no. Just go and sit in the chair. You don't need to think about that. But then, you know, if you have sex for the first time and you want to think about it, knock yourself out. But don't be like, I'm going to open the door. Oh, just open the door. Just open the door. And then close it behind you.
I get you.
Because that might mean it's the interval.
Right, okay.
So, yeah. But I've sat through many an enjoyable musical. So,
Okay. So, yeah, basically,
that's just my thing.
You're a film musical pessimist.
Yeah, I don't know how enjoyable sitting in a cinema and paying is going to be when people are going to keep singing at me. That's it.
Oh,
That's
I like
it's
people
fine.
singing. That's really because I like singing.
Yeah.
But, okay, alright, well that's fair enough. I can understand if it's more of a theatre thing to you rather than a film thing. Fair enough. But, okay, do you want to know mine?
Yes, please.
So again, it kind of a controversial, but I think there's going to be a group that I need to belong to somewhere.
Like a support group. Sorry, I'm just opening the Wolf Blast.
Screw lid then, screw lid.
Oh yeah.
Is it chilled? Have you got a chiller? Very important. Have you got a chiller on the wine?
No, but it's.
Oh, shame on you. Shame,
It's been in the wine fridge.
Oh,
so.
darling. Okay, fine.
Clang.
Whatevs. Preston Park resident.
Okay, go. What is the?
Okay. Titanic.
What?
I can't stand it. I can't stand the film. I hate it. I can't deal with it. Like I can watch it. I just don't like it. I get very angry by the end. I just no.
Why do you get? I mean,
I don't know. I can't stand.
obviously, there's reasons to get angry at the end because the boat sinks and thousands of people die.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Spoiler alert. But why? Is that why you get angry at the end, or is it because not enough people die?
I just think it's a bad story, like, and I'm very good at liking bad stories, and I just don't get it. I'm like, it's the most random, stupid, and I like stupid. I don't understand.
I know, because, I mean, it is stupid that it's all framed around this love story, and it is a bit weird.
I think the one-liners are ridiculous. That's probably what it is. 'Cause it's all like, oh, Jack.
I'd be like one of your French girls.
Yeah, oh my god. And like the whole steam in the frickin' car when they're having sex. I'm like, oh, come on, God's sake, crack open a window.
Do you know when I went to see that at the cinema? So I went to see it at the cinema when it came out.
Yeah.
And with an ex, and it was in Sheffield, and I started crying when the old couple are embracing.
Oh.
And I did not stop crying until we arrived back at his house, which was a 45-minute drive away. I was in bits. I couldn't stop crying. The only time I stopped crying was, the bit that always annoys me is when Kate Winslet is on that huge piece of wood floating in the ocean, and apparently there's not enough room for Leonardo DiCaprio, so he has to plunge to his death, and she's like, Jack, because you barely get a word out, and then a rescue boat comes past, and she's like, oi, oi! And next thing you know, she's fine. Meanwhile, he's just like slipping
like
away,
frozen in the water,
like the blue diamond. And I'm like, Kate.
Oh,
You've
honestly,
got blood on your hands, girl.
it is not. Yeah, it's not for me. I've tried it twice, and the second time I think I got more annoyed. And I don't know whether it's because, you know, when you've got a film about a story that was so tragic in the world, and it was such a a huge tragedy, and I know there's been other tragedies which are similar since and everything like that, but obviously it's such a poignant moment in history, and I think I just got annoyed that they kind of Hollywood like changed the whole thing, and like I don't know, I just got really annoyed, and yeah, I get annoyed that, like, you know, the old couple and like sort of the mum and the dad and the little boy, and like these people were people. I don't know, I just got really bothered that they weren't getting the centre stage, and this fucking stupid couple from like arse ends of the society like fall in love in the space of 2 hours and decide that they're going to be forever lovers.
Make believe couple. Yeah, I mean, I think at the time when I saw it at the cinema, I mean, it was such an epic film, and a lot of it was stuff that you hadn't seen before, and the actual scenes of the boat sinking, I mean, it was like, it still won a bucket load of Oscars, because it was just to look at, it was insane, and the bit where the boat snaps in two, I mean, oh my god. But the central love story, I was a bit ugh. But disclaimer, I fucking love Kate Winslet, and she can do no wrong. But apart from that, it's fine.
Okay, no, I agree with the Kate Winslet, but I'm thinking post 1999 Kate Winslet.
Yeah, I mean, now she's just doing what she wants to do.
Yeah.
She's that kind of actress that she's just like, I'm just going to do a random TV series and win an Emmy for it because, you know, I'm Kate Winslet.
Oh, yeah. Now, I've got all the feels. Back then, no way. She can do one. So, okay, well, that's okay, I'm glad that you've kind of sort of seen my angle. That's good. We've kind of accepted each other's.
But if it's ever on, I will sit down and watch it.
Thanks, babe. I'm glad for the support.
Even though it's like 97 hours long, but I will watch it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I hate
it's
James
really
Cameron.
long. It's really long. But anyway, okay. So, right, so let's move on. Worst film. What's your worst film? What's the film that you just think is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen?
So I've walked out of the cinema twice in my entire life.
Really?
And, you know, I've sat through some stuff. But the first time I walked out of the cinema was Batman and Robin, which was I think it was George Clooney was playing Batman and Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing Mr. Freeze.
Yep, I remember. I know it.
And it was just full of every cliched line in the book, and I was just like, you know what? I don't think George Clooney's going to get naked in this film.
No point to this.
And I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to deliver an Oscar-nominated performance, so I'm just going to go. So that was one. And then there was one, I think it was called The Guru, or The Love Guru.
Oh, with,
and it had Justin Timberlake was in it.
Oh,
and Jimmy Mystery from East is East. And Mike Myers was in it, I think.
Yes, Mike Myers, that's who I thought it was, yeah.
And, that. I was just like, nope, life's too short. There'd been a few other films that I would have walked out of. The most recent one, I think it was called Late Night with Emma Thompson, and I bloody love Emma Thompson, but it was just a pile of crap.
Oh, that's where she's
there's another one with
host.
Tiffany Haddish called, I can't remember what that was called. It was I hate this phrase, but it was a proper chick flick. Tiffany Haddish and somebody else, and it was just awful.
Oh wait, is that the one about the perfume or the makeup or something?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
It's Rose Byrne from Bridesmaids. Absolutely horrific film. So yeah, but I will generally sit through on a huge amount of crap. But I mean, the joy of watching films at home is that you can let rip and just go, oh my god, what a load of people frown on that in the cinema. Unless you're in America. And then
I was just going to say, if you're in America, they are quite happy to let you know how they feel about the film.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So And at home, you can just turn it off. Just like, oh god, let's just watch QI. Let's just watch. There's bound to be an episode of QI on somewhere. There always is.
Yeah. Dave, go to Dave.
Dave Javu.
Dave. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, generally, I will sit down and watch anything, apart from horror. That's my
I
only.
quite like horror. I have to be in the mood
deal-breaker.
for thrillers and horrors, but yeah, I agree that sort of
Thrillers, love.
Yeah.
Horror, blood, guts, gore for no
Yeah, I
reason.
don't need the blood and
No.
guts. Yeah, it's like shoot 'em up films. Don't need them.
Yeah,
Don't need them.
because, yeah.
We have enough of that in London. Why do we need more?
What is it? As Jennifer Saunders said, she was talking about Bridesmaids, and she said, see, you can't fake an orgasm and you can't say the C word, but you can shoot 1 million people with guns. You can't light a cigarette in a film, but you can shoot people with guns and drive cars really fast and chop a man in half, but you can't say the C word because that might offend somebody. And I couldn't agree with them more. And the majority of the cinema going public are women, so we need to make more films for women.
Yeah, and
very
not
much.
films that are, like you say, the chick flick stuff.
No,
That's-
like proper
that's-
intelligent,
exactly.
amazing, give some amazing roles to women. And there
Yeah, I
are
agree
more
with that.
actresses than Meryl Streep. And Viola Davis could play Batman. Come on, let's
Oh,
do
I
it.
love Viola Davis. Oh my
Viola
god.
Davis is so the
What
best.
a woman. I totally. Do you know what? Can you imagine being out for a drink with her and someone starts on you? She got your back. She could just talk them buggers down. Like,
It
there's
just was
no
no,
way.
it just was that gif where she just picks up her bag and walks off. She's
Yeah. Yeah. They'll be
Like-
like, I'm sorry.
I don't know what you guys just said, but Viola Davis is leaving the building.
So true.
Make wise choices. She's gone. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, what was your worst film?
Okay, so I have thought of one. Avatar.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god, don't. This is honestly, I've just.
It's James Cameron again.
It is James Cameron. Oh my
You
god, maybe I've got
are
to see
allergic to James Cameron. Did you ever see when Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were hosting the Golden Globe Awards, and Catherine Bigelow was, I think, the first woman who ever won Best Director, and she was nominated for 0:30, I think, which was all about torture. And Amy Poehler, in her speech, said, I've not been really following the controversy around 0:30, but when it comes to torture, I will believe a woman that was married to James Cameron for 3 years. And the camera went to Catherine Bigelow, and she was laughing her head off. Because it's kind of an open joke that he is very good at what he does, but also a complete arsehole.
Yeah, just
Avatar just did not appeal at all.
no. It was a bit. So, you know how it was the first sort of 3D experience. I went to watch it in the BFI IMAX in Waterloo in London. It was a huge deal. You know, I went with an ex and really excited to see it. And I just sat there and I just kept playing with my glasses. Just like going, blurry, clear, blurry, clear, fuzzy.
That's not
So
the
clear.
sign of a good film.
And it's so long. Again, it's another bloody
Blue,
epic film. And you're like
green,
going, oh,
blue,
I'm so bored.
No, that's
So, yes.
cinema. That cinema is huge, and it's not easy to escape from. Like, the rows are about 200 seats long. So
Oh.
it's like, excuse me. It's just like, I can't actually get out of here. I'm going to have to die. Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, so that's my worst film. I think it just was. And I don't think it was bad. I just didn't. I think maybe they lost me at the beginning. Maybe they made it too complicated. Maybe I'm not clever enough. Maybe there's people out there going, "What? It's the most amazing storyline." I'm like, yeah, I
don't think I've heard many people say that about
No,
Avatar. I think
yeah.
it was a lot of fuss and nonsense for nothing, really.
Yeah, it was just the whole thing about the guy being a paraplegic military person, and he goes into this like other world, and I was just like, what?
I ain't got time for that.
What? And he falls in love with this other person. I'm like, but how? I don't get it. It's so confusing. Maybe it's
just pop me in front of a screen, show me a prostitute falling in love with Richard Gere, and living happily ever after. Done.
Oh, I need to watch that soon. Oh my god, I love Pretty Woman.
I know.
It's just the music as well.
I don't think I've watched it for about 3 days now.
That is unheard of for you.
I know, and it's on ITV2 every weekend.
Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, so that's our worst films. I'm glad we got that over with. That was a bit of therapy right there.
Yeah.
So, okay, last one. I'm going in for a controversial. A film that's meant to be bad, but you love it.
Well, see, I haven't really read any reviews of this film, so I don't know if it's meant to be bad.
Oh, okay. Go for it. I'm interested now.
But I don't think it's won any awards. I don't think that it would be on any lists of like the best films of all time. Mm-hmm. It's a film, I can't remember the year. It stars Lisa Kudrow.
Okay.
And Mira Sorvino and Alan Cumming.
I love Alan Cummings.
And it's called Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
Are you kidding? You can't say that as a film that's meant to be bad, because it's brilliant.
Well, no, because I've sat and watched it with people that have appreciated it, and then I've sat with people that have gone, what was that? I mean, those people are no longer in my life.
Obviously, yeah.
Rejected, deleted, defended, blocked, reported to the police.
Obviously, yeah.
But I just think it's the funniest film ever. It will always cheer me up. It's completely stupid. It involves dream scenes. It involves fake inventions. It involves Lisa Kudrow basically playing a slightly bitchy version of Phoebe. But it's also set in the 80s, so there's loads of 80s tunes in it. Time after time, Cyndi Lauper makes a very special appearance. At one point, they dress up for fancy dress, and they're called the Madonna Twins. So obviously, that ticks lots of boxes. It's just will always cheer me up, and it's I won't hear a word said against it. It's stupid, and I love it. So yeah.
Okay, so I kind of accept the whole sort of it's meant to be bad thing. I get that, but yeah, it's one of those films that sort of I think they were sort of obviously trying to take the piss so much that it actually turned out to be epically amazing because they went to that
think
perfect
they're just
place.
I mean, they're actually really amazing comedy actresses. So and Janine Garofalo's in it as well, and she's absolutely amazing.
Oh, she's so funny in it.
They made the most of probably not the best script, but they just turned the characters around, and it was just. And it's another film from being bullied at school.
Yeah.
The whole point of the film is their lives in the external world's views haven't amounted to much, and they're invited to a school reunion, and they decide to make up these amazing lives to make themselves look better. But when they get to the reunion, they realise that the most important thing is their friendship with each other, and the fact that they are successful because of their friendship, and that is what's going to make them successful. And so really? I mean, so many levels. But for gay boys and whoever was bullied at school, they go and confront their bullies and say, like, yeah. And it's just... And so you watch it and it's a total throwaway film, but also you're kind of watching it going, yeah, you go girls. And they dance really well. So
oh my god, their dance routine's epic. I love it. It's really good. It's brilliant. No, I think, maybe it takes a special type of person to think it's crap, but I think that most people have grown up appreciating that.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Now, when we were talking about this, I said I wanted to talk about... This is probably not a good end to the podcast, but I wanted to talk about the film that made me cry the most.
Alright, yeah.
Because I just need... Because I think if people have seen this film, they will just get what I'm talking about straight away.
Okay.
Okay. Have you seen a film called Dancer in the Dark, starring Björk?
No.
Okay, so I used to go out with a Greek guy, and he came out and he rented the video. This is how long ago it was. Rented the video and brought it around and said, "This is Björk, and it's amazing. It's directed by Lars von Trier, so it's quite art house." To give you the basic idea of the film, Björk is going blind.
Oh my god.
And that is the start of the film. She's going blind. She has a young child, a boy. Her blindness is hereditary, so he could potentially be going blind at the same time. She has a piece of shit factory job, and she's saving every single penny that she earns and putting it into a pot so that she can save up enough money so that he can have an operation so that he can see.
Wow.
At one point, her landlord comes round to her caravan and sees where she's keeping all this money. He steals the money from her. She doesn't notice because she's blind. She works out that he's stolen the money.
How did she work that out? Oh my god.
Because she goes into the pot after he's left the caravan and the money has gone.
Oh, so
She gets a gun. She goes to his house. She shoots. There's a struggle. She shoots him. She kills him. And the film ends with her being... And also, it's a musical.
What?
So occasionally she breaks into Björky songs, and some of the songs are co-written by Tom York from Radiohead.
Oh my god.
So occasionally she breaks into songs. So she's singing the last song while she's got a noose around her neck because she's been hung.
Oh my god. Okay, we definitely can't end on this.
As she's about to be executed, her friend who worked in the factory runs up to her and hands her son's glasses, meaning they found the money, he doesn't need the glasses anymore because he's going to have the operation and be able to see, and then she's executed. Now, I've never cried so much in my entire life. If you put all my family funerals together in a compilation, I would not have cried as much as I cried at this film. I was like, the 45 minutes after Titanic, that was like a dress rehearsal for the crying I did at this film. I never want to see this film ever again, and if somebody even mentions it, I would probably burst into tears.
Oh my god.
So, it's a good film.
Uh-huh.
But just make sure that you literally have a duvet-sized tissue.
Is this like based on a true story, or is this... Do we know?
No, it's just the crazy things that go on in Lars von Trier's head. And apparently Björk had a horrendous time making the film, and has never spoken to the director since. But it's it's a doozy. It's a doozy.
So I've just Googled it, right? And on our IMDb, favourite site of Lawrence and I, we love a good IMDb search. And the trivia, the trivia bit, it's always my favourite bit. And it says, Lars von Trier has said that each morning before filming, Bjork would say, "Mr. von Trier, I despise you," and spit at him.
Oh.
Okay.
So, fun times on set. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, that's yeah. So, thanks for listening, everyone. I'm just going to go in and take an antidepressant pill.
We'll end on a positive. This podcast is being recorded on a Wednesday evening, and last Friday, Amazon Prime released Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
Oh, good save, babe.
Film.
Yes.
Starring, mentioned in the podcast before, drag queen Myra Dubois has a guest role in the film. My friend Dan, who lives in Sheffield, is in the film.
Yes.
I've watched it. I've not seen him. I'm sure he's there somewhere. Dan, if you're listening, pop me a note through. I'll keep my eyes peeled for you. But anyone that doesn't know, it's based on a true story of a teenage boy who wanted to go to his school prom in drag, and then it was made into a Western musical. And then
firstly they had the documentary on BBC Three, and like you say, it's available on iPlayer. Yeah, there's a documentary, and
I think it's called Jamie, Drag Queen at 16.
Yes, something like that, isn't it? And so they did this documentary about him leading up to his prom, and how he ended up, what happened at his prom, and then I remember them saying in an interview once that he said they hadn't even finished the documentary. It was as soon as he had sort of gone to his prom, I think, that someone approached him and said, "Yeah, I want to make this into a musical." And it's the same director, the person who created the show, the musical show, the theatre show, has directed the film.
Yes.
So there's been continuation there, which is great.
Dan Gillespie-Sells, who's the lead singer of The Feeling. So there's some really great songs in there, and the film has Sarah Lancashire, Shobna Galati, Richard E. Grant, Myra Dubois, Sharon Horgan, who's amazing as the teacher, and the guy who plays Jamie is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, Max Harwood, I think his name is, isn't it?
Max Harwood, yes.
And he's amazing. He wants to be a drag queen himself, doesn't he?
It's on Amazon Prime. It's free on Amazon Prime. So go and check it out.
You've seen it.
We watched it on Friday night, and it's a proper feel good. Feel good. Diversity is amazing. That kind of film.
And the amazing thing is, it's based on a true story. That's the incredible part of this. So when you are watching it, there are some obviously bits that are.
I'd recommend watching the documentary as well, just so to put it into context.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah,
and
definitely.
Also the musical is going on tour.
Yes.
And
the UK.
Bianca Del Rio, winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 6, is going to be in the musical tour playing Loco Chanel, I think it's his name. So check your local listings.
I was going to say, be careful, because she is only playing from 2022. So they're touring at the moment, and Leighton Williams is in at the moment. And I think it's Shane Ritchie that's in it at the moment as Loco Chanel. But Bianca's coming back over to the UK. I think in January or February. It's next year. It's 2022 that she's going to be playing a character. But I saw her in the original West End show with Leighton Williams. So honestly, best combo. I think hands down best combo. I saw the film. I saw the show twice, with different characters, and I definitely think Leighton and Bianca's the best combo. It's brilliant. So
Leighton Williams is amazing. Preach.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it ended on a positive.
Yes, that was good.
And just go and watch that film and make you feel better about life and love and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the songs are amazing. They're such good feel-good songs. I think that they've got such a great sense of inspiration about them, and they're so relevant. They're so great. So.
Apart from the one that the mum sings, which will make you cry.
Oh yeah, about my boy or something.
He's my boy.
He's my boy.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, get the tissues.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, good work, Pip. That was a good ending. Good,
I know. I
good
thought
one to
I'd
bring
pull
it
it out after my dreary Bjork fest.
And quickly, just how's the Wolf Blast? How's it going down? Good, yeah.
It's going down alright, actually. Yeah.
Good
Thank you very
finish to
much.
the podcast with a good glass of wine. So.
Not supposed to be drinking during the week,
This is a special occasion.
but making an exception.
Occasion.
Trying to lose the weight. Trying to lose the lockdown weight.
Oh my god, my lockdown lard is just staying put. There is no shift in this 3 stone of lard.
Just don't drink during the week.
Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. I think it
Okay.
might be the 3 takeaways a week. Anyway, let's not talk about my eating habits, because that could be very depressing. So okay, babes, love it. Let's end it. And guys, hope you've enjoyed it. We will see you next time.
Sorry for the gap.
Well, I mean, we might as well make it like a 6-monthly podcast now, and then at least if it's 5 months, people will be pleased.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be back in 6 months. Or maybe sooner.
Oh.
I have a feeling you haven't seen The Last of Us.
Okay,
yet.
we need to put down that we're going to do one before Christmas. Let's
we're definitely
agree
going to do
that.
it before Christmas.
We could do one in October, Pip,
We could.
if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. And we
Fabulous.
might be in the same
The same room.
place. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Let's go. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we hope you have enjoyed today's podcast. And if you've got any films that you can recommend, let us know. And
Or
let us know your
films that
thoughts.
you don't recommend.
Yes,
helps
stay
as well.
away from.
Save us the hassle. Thank you for listening. If you have liked this podcast, please like it, rate it, review it, share it, love it, kiss it.
What even was that?
Don't spit wine on the cat.